Who are you trying to impress in your ministry? Stay tuned. Find out more. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Stepping to Your Calling, where we help those with a call for ministry learn how to discover your purpose, how to build the kingdom, and how to support the next generation. As always, I'm Cameron Conway, author of books, and today I want to ask you, who are you trying to impress? Yes, I know I've got the whole get-up going on, and we ask ourselves, what exactly is Cameron doing today? I'm trying to paint the point that we look differently depending on who we're around. This can apply to our lives, can apply to our ministry, it can apply to a whole host of other things. Because we want to impress people. Because we've convinced ourselves in Western Christianity that to impress God, we have to impress people. So we have to play the games, we have to do whatever we can to get in front of people, to get behind a camera, even if you have to buy the camera yourself. We think that impressing others is impressing God, and the more impressive we can be, the more people we bring to church, bring to the gospel, and that means that we are a successful person in ministry. Right? That's the only thing, right? Just play the part, look the role, make people go ooh and ah, and you are a successful person in ministry. There is absolutely nothing else you need to worry about. Right? Well, that's what this channel is all about, either stepping into your calling or life beyond church. I'm trying to tell you things you should be caring about above and beyond what you look like to other people. It's about your nature. It's about your actions. It's about your relationship with God and your relationship with others, because trying to impress other people just essentially makes them your God. You change how you act. You change how you think. You change how you dress. You go into a place you would never go into before with a $1,000 suit that's worth more than some people's cars to make them go ooh and ah and go, oh, he's a successful preacher. He's an anointed man of God because he has a fancy shirt. Well, I have a fancy shirt. No, it's not really that fancy. Like $20 from Walmart. But that paints a picture of, do you think less of me because I bought my shirt at Walmart? Or is it Warehouse 1? I can't remember. I had this shirt for too long. But does that dictate who you respect and think is actually following God? What I've seen happen is that people value the position more than the person. You can put whatever person there is into any position and they will respect the position because it's the position, despite how that person actually is. They may not actually love their congregation. They could be more interested more in the sweet $5 bills than anything else, and they have a faltering relationship with God. Because people need to understand that it's a person behind the pulpit. It's a person behind the position. And that person will do, at times, things they never thought they could do in order to impress people so they can maintain that position. Or they can grow that position. So I could have this bookcase behind me replaced with a 1,000-person orchestra and choir and thousands of people in front of me if I'd only do these 4 things that God said not to do. Or God told me to do, but do it a different way, and what have you. You see, when we begin to disassociate from this and we begin to looking at people in this way, we end up failing the mission of the church. We can look back to the New Testament, where Peter was guilty of something very similar. Back in the book of Galatians, Paul confronted Peter, because Peter at one point was sitting down having supper with the Gentile believers in Antioch. And then all of a sudden the Jewish believers came and Peter just kind of noped out of that table and went to the Jews. Because he was trying to impress them. He was trying to maintain a certain appearance and save face with them because he didn't want to be associated to what was still a questionable group that had just come into the church. At that moment, Peter was trying to impress the Jewish Christians at the sacrifice of the Gentile ones, and Paul confronted him for that. That's why I talked about before, you need a system of accountability, you need a home church, you need a home base, so that people can work with you and help you overcome these problems, so you don't create a schism or a bigger problem later on. Because really, it's not about impressing people. We may think that. We put on the good light shows, we wear the nice, fancy suits. Oh, I missed the memo. And we do these things to impress other people because we think if we impress people, they will be impressed by God. When really it's the other way around. We are to impress God through our actions, through our love, through our faithfulness, through our prayer life, and through the demonstration of power, miracles, what have you. And when people get impressed by God, the rest of it really doesn't matter. They will come to church. They will read their Bible. Because they have encountered God. They've encountered something real. And no 3-piece suit or laser light show or whatever else you've seen or can think of can replace a tangible presence of God coming into a person's life. Now, I'm saying we just throw out all preachers and all ministers, but I'm saying we need to realign our lives where our lives are about pleasing God, growing a relationship with Him, and letting the overflow of that touch and impress other people. Because that's what it comes down to, is having a relationship where God can move through us like living water to reach out and touch other people. Because our ministry is nothing more than an overflow of our relationship with God. And that's why I emphasize the 3 pillars so much of go to church, read your Bible, and don't sin. Because when you don't sin, that means you're building your relationship with God, which is grounded upon the scriptures, and you're held in accountability and receive encouragement when you go to church. Well, that's all the time we have today for Step Into Your Calling. If you want more, you can go to conwaychristianresources.com. You can find articles, podcasts, videos, and my books. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share this with others who need to hear this message right now. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. So until next time, I pray that God will lead you and He will guide you. He'll help you to discover your purpose so you can build the kingdom faithfully so that the next generation is supported and can grow and do things even greater than you thought possible. So until next time, take care, God bless, and make sure you try to impress the right person in this relationship.